Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry, I just realised I'd made a cup of tea a few moments ago and not had any of it, so I was just having a quick slurp. Okay, so this is my soap or note card box. I have hand stamped it because I love this tidings and trimmings. It's gorgeous. So this opens up, and like I said, you could fit some nice soap in there, a cookie, and I've also popped some note cards inside, and as you can see, I've only just done them very blank, but yeah, just stamped some of our lovely 3x3 note cards, and as I say, just created this nice little belly band. This would be a great little gift. You could make it as a thank you gift for using after Christmas maybe. Use them as birthdays, thank yous, anything at all. But I've gone with this because I am now on Christmas projects right up until I think it's the week before Christmas when I will bring you the spring summer stuff. Oh my goodness, this year has flown by. So yeah, so it's really easy to make and really effective too. So you need a piece of cardstock that is 5 3/8 by 9 3/8, 13.5 by 23.5. And we're going to stamp it. So, tidings and trimmings, it's in the annual catalogue. It's one that may very well get overlooked just because, well, I don't know, just because it's in the annual catalogue, I guess. So I have the stocking, I need the star, will that fit on there? Yes. And then I need this lovely little sprig here with a dog hair stuck to it. Okay, so once you've got those, you can use either use the same or different to stamp your cards. It's entirely up to you. So I have Soft Succulent, Misty Moonlight and Cherry Cobbler. So those are the colours I'm using. A real nice mixture. So Misty Moonlight is for my star, Cherry Cobbler is for the stocking, can you tell? And then Soft Succulent for my little sprig. So I'm going to start with my stocking, and it is just random stamping here, there and everywhere. Don't worry if you make that, you can always cover it with an embellishment. That clean. As I say, if you want to stamp your cards the same, then obviously do them whilst you've got your stuff out. Okay, that one clean. And then my last one is this lovely little sprig that I really like. I think I've got ink on my fingers because I noticed smudges then. But yeah, and this just sort of fills in those gaps. Just have to try and remember, for me anyway, just twist it so they're not all going the same way. Okay, so that will do for that. Get rid of those. I have already done my note cards, so they're all inside each other here. So yeah, I've done all of my note cards ready. So they're the same. And then we need to do some scoring now. I'm so glad because I normally score and then remember, oh yeah, I should have stamped. At least I remembered this time. Okay, so we're going to score on the short side at 1 inch and 4 3/8. That will be 2.5 and 11 centimetres. On the long side, it doesn't matter which way you rotate, we're going to score at 2, 3, 6 3/8, 7 3/8. And in centimetres that will be 5, 7.5, 16 and 18.5. Okay, so yeah, it is basically all the same at this point. There's no top, bottom or side, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll fold and burnish the score lines. And then once we've done that, we can start cutting our shape. So dependent on which side you're going to use, it doesn't, as I say, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to start on the right hand side here, and if you want to measure this you can do, as you know I don't. So I'm going to just cut an angle off the corner here. So those two corners now have been angled. I'm going to cut this here and cut them into our little tabs. So I'm going to do the same this side. So those are those tabs. You then want to cut an angle here. Okay, so we have this so far. Then on these two here, we are going to cut across the bottom section, tuck that in and do our wedges this way. I've shown you on previous tutorials the reason for this, and it's so that the tabs are hidden at the bottom and don't catch when you're trying to put things inside. Makes it so much easier. And then the last part is to cut some angles off this section here. Okay, so that is now what you should be left with. I'm just going to have another slurp of my tea, sorry. Okay, so it's quite evident now that we know that these tabs will fold up onto here. This tab will fold up on here. So we can add our adhesive to those. So I'm just going to go along and pop some on these parts here. So this one is our lid. So that will be closed up onto there, and that one onto there. And then these ones tuck in underneath there. And these last parts, hang on a second, oh yes, these will tuck inside so that they're out of the way and not sightly. So you just need some adhesive on the outside of these panels. I had a complete moment then, couldn't remember where that bit went. So I'm just going to tuck that inside, and they are the same depths as the sides, so you can get your straightness off by pushing it straight against the back there, and then just line that up there. And there you actually already have your box, as you can see. So now we just need to fill it. As I said, I have my cards and envelopes ready here. So those are my cards, and you can actually get quite a few. I've only done 6. I'll just fold that back. I've only done 6, and look at the space in there. You could get so many more. So that's my box made up. So now I just need my belly band. So I have a piece of cardstock that is 1 by 9.5, 2.5 by 25 centimetres. And to be honest, I find this easiest to kind of centre your strip on the front and then just fold it round as you go. So it's going to go like so, and then it will meet up at the back. Now I'm not concerned at this stage that it's wonky, because when I take it off I'm going to straighten that line up, reinforce those folds that I've just made against the box, but I'm going to make sure that all my sides are straight, and that way when it goes back on the box they will be level. So that's the last one. Spin round there, go and fold that. So again I'm going to line my box on. In fact I'm actually going to have the join at the front because it will be hidden by this part. So bring these parts over here. What happened there? Something went wrong there. Okay, so clearly just doing that didn't work, so I'm going to have to refold that one just a fraction. Oh, crumbs. It's because I've not had enough tea, you see, that's the problem. Not had enough tea today. Right, let's try that again. Oh, what on earth is happening here? Okay, that would have to just do for now. Maybe do one at a time instead of trying to be clever. Okay, so once your... Oh, that's why, it's because it wasn't straight. So once your band's on, you can either get a pencil, a pen, any kind of mark, or even your score tool. And I just gently put a bit of a line. So now I know where my adhesive needs to go. Let's try and do this sensibly this time. There we go. And then I just make sure that we're lined up. There we go. If you want to slide it off, you can, or you might just be able to squeeze it from this side. So next up then, I added some ribbon. And this is the beautiful Cherry Cobbler and Gold metallic ribbon. Again, I'm just going to roughly measure a strip of this. And I always use tear and tape with ribbon. I just find that it holds it better. So first section on there, take the backing off. And then again just lay it on, go round your box and your belly band. Sort of make sure you're not pulling it too tight, but tight enough for it to sort of hold in place. And then I'm going to trim that, but equally I'm going to add another piece of tear and tape just underneath to hold it on top of the other. This is where you have to be careful because you don't want to pull the ribbon and pull threads in the ribbon as you do this, but if you're careful enough. Okay, that's that part done. I then have my everyday label punch now, just for that part, and that is going to sit over there to hide this mess, if you like. Again, there's no reason why you can't use some tear and tape across the back like so. As long as it's not really any wider than this, you'll be okay. Rough. So that is now going to sit just on there. And then our last little touch is back with our star. Now I'm just going to re-spray that because I don't want to contaminate my ink with misty moonlight. And then I have Sahara sand. Stamp that on there. And then my Cherry Cobbler here and Noel, or you could go with Cheers from Our Home to Yours if you're using that. Can just go on there. And then I have my Christmas trimming guides here, which I absolutely adore. I think these are fabulous. I haven't used half of them yet, but I'll be using quite a few of these on cards, I think. And then this is just going to be die cut with my little baby machine, my little mini. Whiz this through, and we should be about there then. Okay, that one on top. Spit it through. Just move it out of the way. And then just a couple of dimensionals on the back here. And that will sit on the front. Now if you want to add some glimmer and glitz and everything else, then feel free. I'm just leaving the ribbon to do all the glimmer and glitz on this. But there they are. Thank you for joining me. Hope you all have a fabulous day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.